Hmm. If you endure the suffering, you will make it. Because it's suffering anyways. Because as long as you feel, you feel. And that's the beauty of it. At least you feel. Thank you for being around. Fire Drakey, Karen, good to see you. Make the sacrifice. It's part of life, you know? You have to make it. Because if you make it and if you choose so, you will make it. It's that easy. You just have to choose. It's all imagination anyway, yeah. If you know this, you know this. It's interesting, I've been dead so many times. And it still hurts, you know? That's the beautiful part of it. It still hurts. And let me tell you, I've been through pains. I was making so many sacrifices in my life. I was walking through hell. Like, I've been there. Still am here, purging. Yeah. Yes. Well, it feels good. You know, you have to purge the demons out. Purge demons. Purge demons. Laying in the dirt heathen. Yes. Shivambu Körper for the eyes. Make sacrifice, have tolerance. And endure suffering, endure pain, endure hardships without complaints. Have tolerance with unconditional acceptance. That's how we grow. It's very easy, you know. This is how we grow. Yo, Sam, what's up? Yeah, good to see all of you people. Thank you for being here. Very powerful. Love to see you. Yeah. Connecting people. Good. Nice. Bringing balance. Forbearance. Tolerance. Have tolerance. It's very easy. It's very helpful also. And very important. Tolerance is key. It's very key. So this is how we basically rise. And that's part of life, you know. Sometimes, you know, just, of course, people will get into arguments. People will have different opinions on some things. But in order to fuse people together, you have to have tolerance. Tolerance is what? I mean, if you have tolerance for me, I have tolerance for you. Well, that's basically how we will always find a solution. Always. Always. If we both have tolerance for each other, I mean, come on. There isn't a better thing than having tolerance for each other. But if you're very ignorant, go to my last live stream from yesterday, if you haven't seen that. If you are very ignorant, then we are basically living in this freaking system we're having right now. Because everybody's so ignorant with each other. Can you see this or not? I mean, come on. But tolerance is lacking. People don't have tolerance today, these days. What's wrong with them? Why is it that way? I mean, just really think about it. Just stop doing whatever you do. And just think about how this place will be structured if everybody would have tolerance for each other. Everybody. Just imagine that. Right here, right now. Stop typing. Like, people have not the ability these days, if it's not running their mind, if it's not running the way they want it to be, that's the problem. If people see that it's not running the way they want to have it, suddenly they lack tolerance. Because they're like, blah, 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 blah. That's the way I wanted to have it. Talking their shit. But they don't realize life is not, it will never be always the way you want to have it. Because if it would be, then you wouldn't have any challenge. And it's through the challenge that you rise, that you ascend. That doesn't mean that you ascend to the purple chakra. It means, I was explaining that yesterday in my live stream, you have to probably watch that onto the Falun, which is running here. Oh yeah, there you have it, right? Onto the Falun here, which is on your stomach, there runs basically the Falun, which is the samsara, which is life's cycle. And truth is not on one specific part of the samsara. It's on every single spot on the circle. It's on everyone, on every little fractal detail, because God is always watching, and God is in every little particle. The Falun is in every little particle. So that means you have to learn to push through, that you endure the situation, that you endure the suffering, that you endure life. If you can't endure life, you will not ascend. You have to learn to push through it. And no, not there is not one life which is the same as another life. There's not the ability that you will ever have the same life situations in two persons. There's not the ability to have that. It can't. So you have to learn to work out your specific situation in your life that's only unique for yourself because you created it exactly this way. So we can't mimic any things and try to compare them. It's impossible. That you are not able to do this. But these values of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance, they are so universal that you can apply them to every little life situation. And if you look at these values and just you start to figure out how the situation is working, and then you see, okay, I apply these three values and I see for myself, I will always get the best solution for the whole setting that doesn't only include me, it includes all people who are involved into this construct and also all other things, everything, the whole room consciousness, the whole room ethernet, the whole room fillings, everything and every fractal will be ascended through this whole thing. If you understand how Falun Gong works, that's so powerful. It's I don't know of any more powerful practice than Falun Gong. Nothing. Not even urine therapy, shivambu, or sun gazing. Falun Gong is way more powerful than this. Because the Falun probably created the sun. But yeah, again, like I said, I don't really don't let me get this straight. Also, although I'm telling you so much about Falun Gong, this is the way, or this is the reason basically why I never really talked about Falun Gong, but now I do, because it seems then like that I'm trying to be a preacher or priest, but I'm not. I'm just speaking like with total honesty and self-experience, and I'm speaking because I don't get any money out of it. Like money is not connected to Falun Gong or Falun Dafa. Neither is urine therapy, neither is sun gazing or anything else. Even like before I started urine therapy and before I was doing sun gazing, I was doing Falun Gong. Falun Gong was probably the first thing out of the whole esoteric things or practices next to sports and kickboxing, but that is not like really counting, I would say. But well, it is. It's part of my journey. But yeah, but Falun Gong is like very powerful, and the cultivation is like what you probably need for it is discipline, and I have this because of martial arts. This is a very good combination basically, because if you're very disciplined with yourself and you're like, I don't give any damn what is going to happen, I wake up at 5 in the morning and I'm going to do this. And if you have this attitude, you can basically then transfer that to Falun Gong, which gives you like a very, very strong mind capacity. And this mind capacity then basically reflects into that practice, which gives you then in everyday life situations the whole strength and power to be and to live basically through these values. But yeah, so this is basically then what power also is. So also combined with electromagnetism and fluxing energy through your system, being an open light channel, but also like, the attention, the mind aspect out of it. So yeah, if you like, check it out. If you don't like, and you think, well, that's nice for you, yeah, but I don't try it. You can also be like that. I don't care, but just wanted to share, being maybe inspirational. So yeah, who's here? Rise and fall. Be back in a bit. Yo, Zen. Hope you're good. Life's a sine wave. Exactly, Fire Drake. We need more conscious experience. Tom, let's talk about Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya! You are Brahmacharya because you wrote it. Peace, Annie B. Tony, bring it up, man. Because we have internal battle. Everyone is addicted to dopamine. Yeah, I mean, okay, big debates, big arguments maybe on that one, but we probably need dopamine to be run or to run our systems. If we don't have dopamine, you're pretty much dead. And I'm not talking about like the Ouroboros spiraling up dead. I'm talking about the dead where you'd be like, okay, you just like either way, just freaking sit and do nothing and then have fun in that situation for the next 90 years if you would only live that way. Or you'd be like, hey, I better produce dopamine to like nearly enjoy my life and move on and then spiraling up through this process. I mean, it's your decision, right? You can't be like this type of guy who's like only sitting there in meditation for the next 90 years. Yeah, or you can just choose to move. It's on you. But if you move, you will naturally produce dopamine. So, I mean, there you have it, basically. Oh yeah, it all stems from ego, which is separation. Truth is a frequency. There's as much truth as untruth. It's all the same. Yeah. Find your way and tolerate everything. Yeah. Thank you, all you mirrors. It's very good to have you. Like seriously, I'm very grateful for you. I'm going to be very, very in my heart, and this is basically what helps me through this phase. Because it's not a situation, it's like a whole spiral, basically, where I'm in right now. Well, we can basically stretch time and we can try to condense it. I know how it's done, basically, but I mean, look at this year, basically. How far out stretch is that? Same time, it's very like compressed, very much compressed, but it's like, I would say 2020 is this. You get this? You get this? Who's getting this? 2020 is this. It's like time and space are bending and contracting, bending, contracting, bending, contracting, bending, contracting. It's like, look at 2020. Look at it. It's exactly how I tell you. It's exactly that. 2020 time and space is this. This is like we're bouncing all around. Everybody's like, and it's not about only like changing body forms. It's about like how you perceive time and space. Yeah, but hey, like I told you, I've been doing probably now Falun Gong. I would say maybe like for at least 4 years, if not longer. Oh yeah, 4 years I would say so. 4 years, 3 at least. Well, okay, now 3 at least 3 years, but I would say probably near to 4 years now. And it's very powerful. And it's like it's with anything. If you basically do things on regular basis, they will start to improve your life even more. So, like I'm doing Falun Gong at least for 10 minutes a day. Normally, you stretch that whole cultivation thing out for like at least an hour, or even 2, if you're really into it. But I would be like, okay, I do it now. I really do it like every day. I make sure I do it every day, but I don't do it for 10 minutes. But it's still like I resonate with these values. So because I was stretching basically that whole thing over such a long year period of time. But again, thank you for being with me. Cultivate your heart. And maybe I will do a future series also on Falun Gong. So basically explaining the characteristics of truth, compassion, and forbearance. I'm reading that here from a chart. Is why I'm speaking that in that way. But yeah, normally I would say if I speak from my heart, it's about truthfulness, compassion, tolerance. So this is why I'm just like living, and I can share if you like my experience with that, or if you don't like well, maybe I will do it, maybe not. It depends on how I resonate with it. So endure suffering, endure hardship, tolerate each other, and yeah, make sacrifices. That's part of life. One saying goodbye meditation, and then we will leave at the 33rd degree. Have tolerance for each other. Make the sacrifice. And endure hardship. Ship your heart. Be compassionate and speak truth. Full. Truthfulness, compassion, tolerance. Thank you.